I'm sure we all have experienced fear at least some point in our life. When we are born, we only have two fears, the fear of falling and the fear of loud sounds. So, how do we develop all these other fears? To find that out, we have to understand what is fear and how do we develop it. Fear is defined as an unpleasant emotion caused by the threat of danger, pain, or harm. In response to this emotion, we do an action such as hiding or fleeing from the threat. An example of this could be that if you are afraid of heights and you are in a tall building, you will want to go back to the ground to be safe from the so called danger. The response we give from the arise of fear is known as the fight or flight response. Sometimes our response to fear can be so great that we can get paralysis, in which we lose the ability to move, otherwise known as a freeze response. This great amount of fear is called horror or terror. Now you might be wondering, how do we get fear? Well, sometimes fear is a part of human nature and sometimes that is good. Believe me. In the olden days, the humans who feared dangerous things were the ones who survived and gave rise to the next generation. Even now, fear is useful as it keeps us safe, aware, and prepared from potentially harmful situations. The other way we can develop fear is by learning it. You see, when we experience a traumatizing incident, for example, if a person gets into a car crash, that person might be scared to drive a car again. It is not necessary that you only learn fear by experiencing it yourself. You can also learn it by observing it in others. It is also important to note that fear is not only limited to humans but also to animals. Fear has two types: rational fear, or fear that is appropriate according to the circumstances, and the other type of fear, which is known as irrational fear, or fear that is unnecessary. This irrational fear is known as a phobia, which is an anxiety disorder which is continuous and causes a lot of fear for a thing or situation and causes the person to avoid it. Fear also causes an emotion known as anxiety, which causes uneasiness and worry. So now you might be wondering, what happens when you experience fear? When you experience fear, your heart starts beating rapidly. You start sweating as your body starts trembling, and you will find it difficult to breathe. Your mouth will become dry and you will feel a sensation of butterflies in your stomach. Some common fears are fear of heights, fear of closed places, fear of the dark, fear of flying, social phobia, fear of spiders. Now, these are some common fears. Now, I want to tell you a very famous quote by H.P. Lovecraft. It goes like this: "The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear, and the oldest and strongest kind of fear is fear of the unknown." Now, I do believe the fear of the unknown is a very strong fear, as all these other fears, you know what to expect. But in this fear, you do not know what to expect. Anything could happen. This increases the fear you experience. Now, we all are afraid of different things. So, how do we overcome fear? Can we overcome fear? Yes, we can overcome fear. Sometimes confronting your fears repeatedly in a safe way has helped, and changing the way you think has also helped. Whatever it may be, the emotion has been a part of human nature since a long time. Thanks for watching. Bye.